Hello, and welcome to the Modern Romantic Podcast, where we celebrate amazing people doing incredible things. I almost forgot what to say because Trey's not here. Tonight, Trey is at rehearsal, and for this play he is in, Murder on the Orient Express in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm covering, and we miss Trey immensely, especially because I rely on him to do the intro and I don't even think about it. So I feel like I have already not said it the way he would. Also, my voice is a lot higher than his. I'm sure that was hardly noticeable. Um, anyway, today we have, Josh said, no, we don't miss that much. We don't miss him that much. Um, Tonight, though, I'm very excited. So excited. I've been waiting for this episode. We are joined by Amy and Dusty Droz, the founders of Dux Somnium Games. It's an indie studio bringing storytelling to life through imaginative tabletop games. And together, they craft new worlds and new rules and unforgettable adventures, which is kind of designed to bring, well, kind of, it is very much designed to bring people together. So let's talk about this. Welcome to the podcast, Amy and
Thank you.
Dusty.
Yep.
Thank you. You said it so much more eloquently than we do.
Yeah, we're not the greatest at those pitches ourselves.
I may have done my research. So yeah, welcome to the show. This is so exciting for me. I think your games are just beautiful and incredible, and the reviews also speak to that. I think you've definitely hit on some really cool, really artful success.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have a lot of nice customers too. I really appreciate them.
That's wonderful. So how do you start? I feel like this is the question I always start with, but how do you start? Like your first game wasn't like, okay, let's start with that. Your new one that is coming out soon, you did a Kickstarter for it,
Yep.
is
Endearment.
Endearment. Yes.
Yep.
But that's not your first game.
No, it's our ninth. It might be.
Wow.
It's like some more 7 through 9, depending on what order, because a lot of them happen like in parallel. So yeah.
Because
Okay.
we also started designing like kids games that
Okay.
are like, so we have Endearment and Little Endearment.
Artistry and little artistry,
Oh,
LaFleur and
okay.
LaFleur, and so our kids
yeah.
help design them.
Oh, I love it.
And they're learning. Yeah, they're learning how to run the whole business. So my son is 9, and he understands how global shipping works, which is incredible. Yeah, I'm very proud
That's
of him.
cool. So he's your like your director of shipping?
Yeah. He's gonna be my chief
Not
logistics
quite that
officer. Yeah.
much.
Yeah. That's incredible. I love that the family is involved. So
yeah.
which one was your first one?
Botany is our first one.
Botany. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah,
And what's funny is it wasn't supposed to be our first one.
no. So we have a bunch of businesses, and one of them is a wedding photography business, and the other is a digital marketing platform for travel.
Okay.
And we thought for sure for years we've been doing this since we got out of college. We thought for sure nothing would ever come along that managed to affect both travel and events. And it turns out that something did come along that affected both those things. And so we were sitting around wondering what to do, and I decided I wanted to paint miniatures, and Amy was like,
we had started like a lavender flower press business on Etsy.
Okay.
yeah. And Amy's like, we should sell the miniatures on Etsy, but if we're going to sell miniatures on Etsy, why don't we just make a game to go along with it? And then all of a sudden, boom, off to the races there.
But we were going to make a miniature fantasy game first.
Sci-fi fantasy, yeah.
Okay.
And that turned out to be a process. And Amy comes in the kitchen one morning. She goes, I have an idea for a game.
How about a flower press making?
I'm like, okay, well, that's on brand for our
hunting.
flower farm. That makes sense. What's the story? And she's like, well, I've been reading these stories about these crazy Victorians. They would go out and they'd be like, nearly dying, risking their life and limb on the side of a volcano and fighting bulls for flowers and whatnot. Okay, I think we could work with this. And so that came together. We had the prototype playable in front of us within a few days, and it just sort of took off from there.
Wow. You must work very well together.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like if we do have conflict, it always makes it better.
Well, you were saying, how do most of your games start? Well, they usually start with an argument where I'm telling her nah, no one's going to play that. I don't see it. And then eventually what happens is that the game is on the table in front of us, and she's like, no, hear me out. And I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. She is the creative genius, the key to the market. The market is, I mean, what she said when we started making games was, I want to make games, I want to make pretty games for me and my friends. And that's not your average target market in the board game industry by any means.
And I'm like, gold foil on the boxes.
And that was an argument too. And
and then
when it
I want them to look like books.
Yeah, when it really clicked.
Pretty.
So we didn't start off with gold foil on the box for Botany, and we were running the Kickstarter. We had a stretch goal to add gold foil to the box. And I thought, okay, if you insist, if we have to have this gold foil, okay.
It is quite expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And
Sure.
when we got the moment we unlocked it, I got a flood of emails in our inbox. And this one girl said, when my mom and I saw that you unlocked the gold foil on the box, we screamed. And I thought to myself, I get it now. Amy is onto something here. Like, we're not making board games for, I play Warhammer. We're not making Warhammer. We are making board games for a different audience, a different market niche. And that's when it really started to come together from there. And then after that, then, LaFleur Artistry, War of the Posies, Endearment, they were all like just flowed very naturally from that point on.
That's really amazing that someone would be so invested in gold foiling for your game. Like, that's like Taylor Swift level fan loyalty.
I mean, I don't know if we've gotten quite there yet, but there are people who are very excited about little details in the box that I never thought would matter. Now, if we had Taylor Swift loyalty, they would be losing their memory, their memories, right? Like, they would go blank.
The amnesia, right? Yeah. Josh just said, new level unlocked, gold foil.
Oh yeah,
I
and
love
now
that.
there's no game we make that doesn't have gold. I mean, in our main like historic line of games, it doesn't have gold foil on the box. We have a little bitty game called War of the Posies, and that one's got gold foil on the box, and nobody puts gold foil on boxes in little games like that.
No, but I love it. It's part of the experience. And
It
that's
is.
kind of what we want as when we're diving into this game that's already some kind of fantasy to us. I think that's awesome.
Well, and I love, I collect antique books, and I just love how they all have gold foil on them, or so many of them do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it stand out.
It does. Yeah. It's something special when you open it, and I'm here for that. I applaud this. And not that you need my applause, but I'm here. I believe in this.
We'll take
And
it. We need all the applause we can get.
You've got well, and I think the success of these games speaks to that as well. Like, you're obviously doing something right.
Yep.
And I love that. I love when there's an artful thing that is this successful and this well loved and beloved, I guess is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we never imagined.
Yeah. I mean, our initial goal was to sell maybe 500 copies of the game. We thought, like, that would be incredible. And we're 100,000 copies deep across all our game lines now. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, before this episode, I went around to a few of my friends and people I've worked with and things and mentioned like who you were. This is the next guest on the show. Because they'll ask me, who's next? Who's coming up? And I'll tell them. And every last one of them had heard of your games.
Oh, funny.
Oh, funny. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know we were there yet.
Right. I don't know if they owned them, but they'd heard of them. And I think that's awesome. Of course, I do run in a lot of art circles, so that might be why. But yeah.
That's really cool.
I think that's really cool. Yes. Yeah. So you went from Botany to let's make another game. And what was
we actually started the moment Botany was printing. We had already started on the next game. And Amy has this big list. It's probably got like at this point, like 40 ideas on it.
At least
that she's just constantly creating. And so I instead of just
love that.
When she creates, it just flows like everywhere. And I'm like, nope, we need to put it in a document, set it down. Let's look at it. Let's keep it organized. And so then we went to LaFleur, which was Rococo, France.
Well, and also in Botany, it has, you can kind of see like, oh, I love this part of this game. Like, so Botany has Joseph Pierre Redouté's artwork in it, like just a few cards. And I'm like, I love his botanical artwork so much. Let's make a game around that.
LaFleur exists completely just to have a game featuring Joseph Pierre Redouté's
and also
art.
and I also love like the Rococo extravagant gold foil, like all the ornate stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's why that one. And then we did a Le Petite. We tried doing like a kid's version of Le Fleur.
And we didn't know if anybody would buy it, and it turns out lots of people would buy it. You know, because kids games traditionally, you wouldn't know it when you go to Target, but kids games are harder to sell in the industry than like family and adult games, because the parents are the ones that make the buying decision. So they tend not to, like, you know, like the classics, like, you know, Monopoly Junior and Sorry and stuff. Those sell just fine. But like if you try to make a kids version of your game, it can be hit or miss. But we decided we want to do it for the kids. Like, they're involved in the business, they know all that, how everything runs. You know, they come in and every day and we check their sales data to see how many copies of their game have sold, and it's usually like 1 to 3 copies a day are selling. They get all excited.
Nice. Yeah.
And so it ended up going really well, because again, we're not working on the traditional board game market here. We're making games for people who don't usually buy a lot of board games, and so they see something for their kids and want to play with them, and it's really exciting.
So for someone like me who doesn't know the difference between the adult version and the kid version, what did you change to make it more kid friendly?
So we make it
simpler rules.
Yeah, simpler rules. I mean, if you've ever played Monopoly, think of Monopoly Junior, where, you know, there's not as many rules around what you can buy and how you move, and
not as many options.
Yeah, things are much more. There's less.
It's still fun. We really enjoy it.
We actually have adults that email us and they're like, I don't have any kids, but I bought La Petite Fleur, and my friends and I were playing it at the pub. And I'm like, you took La Petite Fleur to the pub and you guys were just hanging out, like.
And then instead of like guests, like in Le Fleur, you're having guests come. These are little animals that come to your garden.
We did the same thing with Endearment. So in Little Endearment, so I always like to write a little story about like how the little game like relates to the big game. And so in Little Endearment, you're playing as a little kid whose sister just got done reading what is obviously a Jane Austen novel, and now she just keeps sighing about timeless love, and you can't figure out why. You know, she's lost sight of the most important things in life, which are like puppies and kittens and ducklings, and like why, and you have no idea why she spends all day with these stuffy books. And so that you're going out around farms and playing with farm animals for Little Endearment instead of trying to go visit all the Jane Austen characters.
I see. That's wonderful. And then if once a child grows up and plays like the adult version, then they get the other side of that.
Oh yeah, like our kids can play both the kid and adult games.
I love it.
Poppy can't.
Well, yeah, Poppy needs a little help with the grown-up ones, but yeah.
But and then our third main one was artistry.
And artistry is all based on Alphonse Mucha's art, and we're partnered with the Mucha Foundation for that one.
Yeah, and that one was kind of inspired for my love of Art Nouveau, but also I love the backs of Botany's cards. And so a lot of the artwork of the patterns, if you saw it, are like more of the backs of the cards.
Yes. Yeah,
the Endearment Estates, those came from, was that from Humphrey Repton, or what was the track there? I don't know. Each one of our games, she gets on a track, and I have learned to just sort of let it go and see where we end up.
I really loved the dresses. So in Endearment, we have these dresses.
So she needed an excuse. And that's a lot of game designers. You talk to them, it's very technical. They have a mechanic in mind. They have a technical name for that mechanic that we usually don't know the technical name for it. We're sort of like the opposite, where Amy comes to me and she says, we've got to find a way to get flowers in Endearment. Well, I'm like, we got 2 other games that have flowers in them, and they already did these things. She's like, I want flowers in Endearment. And I'm thinking, okay, what can we do? What can we make happen that would involve these flowers? Or she's like,
I want dresses.
It must be dresses. And I'm okay. What can we do with dresses? You know, dresses are kind of like armor. What if we had combat with dresses? There we go. And then, you know, obviously we're not selling it that way, but that's how we get there.
You might get some customers that way, though.
Yeah.
I want combat with dresses.
Well, we do have rivalries.
Yeah, they're called rivalries. Yeah, so
you
show up, if 2 people show up at the same place, they can't both choose who they get to visit first. And so whoever, like if you're at a witty location like the library, whoever is wittier gets first pick at the characters at the library. But if maybe you're not very witty, but you show up in like a really bomb witty dress, and you just look super witty, then you're gonna beat out the person who actually is witty. And so that's how the dresses are like. They're like your armor in combat.
I'm gonna hang on to this phrase, bomb witty dress.
Yeah, bomb witty. Yeah.
I'm gonna write
You're
this
not
down.
actually wealthy, but you sure look wealthy. Well, I'm gonna, you get to win at the opera.
That's amazing. This is, and it's kind of timely with this, with the current love for shows like Bridgerton and all this renewed, that the one Jane Austen movie with Keira Knightley just turned 20
year
years old.
anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of renewed love for this era and for this
I fell
for
in
this
love
genre.
with it in high school when
Yeah.
we first had to read Pride and Prejudice, and then we watched so we're high school sweethearts, and so then
Oh,
we also watched the 1995 like 6 hour version.
the best one, yeah.
The BBC.
Yeah.
The BBC version.
Yeah. So yeah, I think my first one was Sense and Sensibility, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then I had to know all of them. So yeah.
Which did you read the book or was
No,
it
it was the movie. It was the Kate Winslet
Winslet.
movie,
Kate Winslet.
and I was hooked since
Mhm.
then. And it was, I don't know how many times I've seen it now. Too many. Well, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. So
No, you can't say too many.
Yeah.
You can always watch all the different adaptations
True.
too of like Pride and Prejudice.
and I always feel like, oh no, I have my favorites. It's always the first one I saw, and don't ruin that for me. But I always watch them anyway, and I'm always kind of like, oh yeah, that wasn't that bad. I'm just excited to have the story told again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I imagine your game would bring some of that back and kind of let you live in that world a bit.
Oh yeah, and we a lot of the people who work with us on, like our video guy and our solo mode designer had never had any interaction with, and most of them are in different, because like, they're in Israel or they're in Canada, and it's not necessarily someplace like where it's part of like American high school curriculum, and so they've never read the books and stuff. And our video guy in particular was like, I think I'll just give Pride and Prejudice like a little 1 hour like intro listen and see what happens. And then he's like texting us, he's like, this is incredible. Oh my gosh. Oh,
She has such a way with words.
She has such a way with words that she's so eloquent, and this is unbelievable. Wow. And then he's like, oh, I just found out about Wickham and this and that and blah, blah. And then he's like, hey, so I finished the book, and wow, it was just amazing.
I watched the movie.
Then I watched the movie, and the cinematography was unbelievable. So when he made the trailer for the campaign, he was pulling on all these Easter eggs and shots and all this stuff. And so
I love that.
We had a bunch of people that were converting into like Janeites because of just having to work on it with us, like our contractors, and then discovering it. They're like, this is really something.
My one thing is hopefully I don't have too many spoilers in there, because in the game you get bonus points if you marry.
Well, of course, they all
the
end up with this. Well, I guess some of them you don't really know who they're going to end up with. Yeah,
you do.
So it's been 250 years. I feel like it's probably safe for spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah, at this point, if you don't know who they end up with in Sense and Sensibility,
Or
that's
Emma,
on. Yeah, that 200 years later, that's on you.
And if you
Isn't it like years is the embargo for spoilers or something? Yeah.
and if you don't, it's okay to go take after this show, go use this as homework to go watch all of those so that you do know, because that's okay.
You have been warned. Spoilers incoming.
Read the books.
Yeah.
Do both. They're both great.
All the above. Watch Clueless. Watch Bridget Jones's Diary. Watch Pride and Prejudice and Zombie. They're all good. Yeah, they're all highly
Prejudice
entertaining.
and Zombies. I forgot that existed until you brought it up.
Apparently, there's Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters. One of our fans pointed this out during the campaign, and I had no idea. Same guy.
I think there was another one too.
I can't remember which one it was though. Yeah, one of our fans was. You got to check these out.
Is it a movie or a book? Oh, okay.
It's a book. It's the author of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Was there one for Emma? There was something else.
I can't remember.
Like, yeah, if you look up some of those, there were a few others. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Have you seen the movie Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
Okay. I did a lot, like what?
Yeah, same. Just when it came out. Yeah. Once was good. And yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Clueless was based on Emma until
years later.
I mean, we were in high school when it came out, or no, were we even in high school? It might have been earlier than that. It was always just around. And then when I was an adult, I was like, I found out that it was based on, I had no idea. Yeah.
I bet a lot of people don't know.
It's not just like loosely based on, like, it's like they just took the script. It's like the old Romeo and Juliet.
They changed a few
They changed some things, but it's like that Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, where they make it all like hip and cool, but it's just literal Romeo and Juliet.
They did. That's an incredible one. We do script readings here once in a while just for fun, and that was one we did. It's been a couple years now, and we had so much fun using that script to do the script reading. Because it was real easy to just go watch the movie first, so you get like the inflections and like understand mentally what's happening in the scene. It was very helpful.
I just remember watching it in high school and thinking, what is going on here?
And they look so young now.
Yes.
Yep. So I heard, Amy, that you are into antiques. Yes. What has been one of your favorite antique finds?
Oh, antique finds. I don't know. I started like collecting. My grandma collects antiques. And so then I started collecting like teacups when I was
in high school.
No, before that. I was like in middle school.
Yeah. So this is like almost a lifelong
thing. Just collecting some antiques. Yeah, like little teacups, because I mean, they can be quite pricey. Now I'm into collecting the bust.
Okay.
Really, like a lot. Because we've started scanning some for like our jewelry box editions.
So we have a 3D scanner, and we take these 250-year-old busts that she has.
Okay, I have one right here. Well,
okay. Yeah, it's a tough sell.
Oh, this is one of the things that we scan.
So that's about a 14-inch bust that we have that we took a 3D scanner, scanned, and then we send the scan file to our manufacturer, and they turn it into pieces.
That's cool.
And so she has a bunch of those. They always show up wrapped in garbage too, and so I usually come in the house and I'm all grumpy, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, packing peanuts are a literal act of violence. Why do they always send us in egg crates and packing peanuts?
I don't think I've ever had something broken though. But yeah, that's been my kick lately. Oh, and then I love collecting botanical books. And so after botany, I did treat myself to some books. Some rather expensive.
So she has books that are 200, 250. Do you have some 300-year-old ones too?
Oh, neat.
Maybe just one.
Yeah.
Just one. And then it was what is that one called? It's the Kew Gardens magazine. It's like the longest running magazine. Yeah. And I bought like the first maybe 20 or 30 copies of it.
Wow.
I think I got a pretty good deal.
That's really neat.
And that stuff, the art is in the games too. And
yeah,
so
okay.
When she buys it from these places, they all have scans of them. We have a scanner too, like a really nice like archival scanner.
So then I can scan and use those for future games.
Yeah.
So I love collecting the botanical books and the statues.
Yeah.
And
teacups and furniture.
Teacups. And I also for endearment, yes. I have quite a few dining tables.
The computer right now is on a 150-year-old like folding table that is made out of real wood.
For some of our shoots.
Yeah.
So I collect the antiques for our props.
Okay, yeah.
And I also got some of the like 200-year-old dress fashion plates too for.
That's awesome. That's right up my alley. Very cool.
What do you like to collect?
Oh,
do you collect anything?
That's such a good question, and the answer is mostly no. I have a slight book collection, but it's not like it's not enough to say I have a library. I don't. Yeah, Josh just said fabric in the chat. I probably do collect fabric because I've done a lot of dressmaking. So yeah, so the dress thing is up my alley because I've done a lot of fashion design and costuming and things in my past. So yeah, so when you were talking dresses, I'm here for that. That's my soul.
There are so many good dresses in our game. I'm like, oh, I love that dress so much.
One of the expansions comes with more dresses, and it wasn't planned that way. And she looks at me and
like,
she goes,
I need some more
I
ball
want more
gowns."
dresses in the game. And I said, okay, where? We don't have any more cards on the sheet because the games come in sheets of 54 cards. And she goes,
I
no,
found
we'll put it in
room.
the expansion. And I
Oh,
thought, okay, yeah. What's
cool.
the idea here? And she's like, and I want hats.
Oh,
Yes.
where the
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. That's right up my alley. I feel like it would be up Trey's too. He actually hopped into the chat. He said, I'm so glad I got to tune in. I just got out of rehearsal and I'm in the car home. Oh, good.
Nice.
So he's listening. Hi, Trey. So yeah, Trey does some costuming too, kind of like a cosplay thing. He makes stuff for himself mostly. He said, I need more ball gown in my life in general. Don't we all?
Oh yes, I love.
Don't we all? I feel like that would be such a I don't know what you have planned, but I feel like that would be such a I guess you don't do an album release party, you would do a game release party. But you could do like a ball
yeah.
for your game release party.
So I did not know this before we started working on Endearment. I should have, but there are Jane Austen societies and groups everywhere.
Mhm.
And I lost count of how many emails we received from people who were planning. They do like monthly meetups and like balls and tea parties and people all over the place that are planning to take the game to their meetup after they get, like when they get the game, take it to the next meetup. And so, yeah, that'll be, I mean, that's always fun when people get like that into the thing you have created, the world you have created, or that you are playing around in.
Yes, I think that's fabulous.
And Dusty actually really liked wearing his costume.
Oh yeah, I've never felt like a piece of that. So we bought my costume. The funny thing is that it turns out that Regency era men's clothing was, usually it's the other way around. Like it's the girl stuff that's more complicated and the guy stuff is easy.
I think if it was a ball gown, it'd be more complicated.
Yeah, but just the standard man's outfit in the Regency era was incredibly complicated with like 42 layers. And Amy's was just like a simple white dress and a belt and a little hat and she's done. And she bought me.
So for each of our games, we like to dress up and
take pictures
take
looking
a photo
ridiculous.
with
Yes.
the box.
Actually, it's the picture that you had on the intro.
Yes, I'll show it here in a
and-
moment, but keep talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So I've never felt like I was born for that era of clothing and I have never,
Like I look quite dashing.
I've never felt that way in my entire life. Even at our wedding, I didn't feel like I looked that good. And now if I could go back and do it again, I would be wearing this outfit to our wedding. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
You
Doesn't matter if it's out of
you
style.
both looked so incredible. I have the picture pulled up now. You both look so good. You both look like you just fit. And in the background in this photo is
Wait. She looked good. I looked like I always look, but but I felt like the clothes looked really good.
Yeah. I think everything looks great there. And you even have, I think the background behind you now is the background in this photo.
That's it.
Yeah, so this is normally our dining room, and we tore the whole thing apart. We're building a studio on the other side of the farm, but it's not ready yet. So we tore a whole dining room apart, and this is the backdrop for the photo and all that stuff. Like the actual thing behind this is a buffet full of antiques and board games.
Here we go. There's the photo.
Yeah, that. Yep.
And let's see if I can zoom in a little. There. So you can see that. I think that looks so fabulous. Did you just find this online and buy it or make it or what did you do?
The background?
No, your outfit.
The
outfits is what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Where did yours come from? Mine came from Historical Emporium, and they have all kinds of outfits like this.
My hat came from Etsy. My bolero thing, whatever that is, came from Amazon, and then my dress came from the Emporium?
Historical Emporium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Historical Emporium.
Very nice.
I mean, I wish I had time and talent to sew.
That it turned out so nice. I think it's a great way to promote the game, and you look like you're part of it and clearly fans of the genre. So
yeah, and every Halloween we do a family picture too. So like our kids have matching outfits for this Halloween. Last Halloween it was
Rococo.
Yeah, it was LaFleur, so we were Rococo, and this company that we got my outfit from happened to make kid sizes.
No, they didn't.
It's an adult size, and we clipped him. Yeah,
small.
Got him the smallest one we could find and clipped him in, and then Poppy was a little butterfly to go with it.
That's wonderful. I love this. This is yeah, I'm here for it all. And it sounds a lot like you have a lot of shared interests when it comes to creating these. That is not just like obviously Amy has ideas and then you're going with them, but these seem like
Yeah, I
interests of
mean,
yours too.
I
enjoy
them. Yeah.
I would say you like Jane Austen.
If I'm gonna sit down and do something like turn something on TV by myself, I'm watching people play Warhammer on Warhammer TV.
Or we actually like to watch anime.
Okay.
So yeah, we're watching anime. We watch anime together. But like, I like this stuff because Amy likes this stuff. It wouldn't be my natural.
Like Downton Abbey.
Yeah, Downton Abbey's really good. I mean, I enjoy them all. I would never find them myself, but having found them with Amy, I certainly don't mind that she has found them for us. I enjoy them, yeah.
With me.
And antiquing, like I would never go antiquing by myself, but there's this. I've been following behind her in antique stores for. Wait, we've been together for 20.
Occasionally he finds like a Star Wars toy.
Yeah, occasionally, but we've been together for 27 years now, and I've been following her in antique stores for probably like 26 of those. And there's like this point of meditation I hit where like I'm just like sort of like, dazed and following her and relaxed and just enjoying life. And so I enjoy that too. And then she'll get all excited about something and I enjoy that she's excited about it. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, and then Dux Somnium is the name of your game company. And that is loosely translated as Leader's Dream or Dream of
Leader of Dreams. Yeah.
So,
the first game we were going to come up with that we are still working on was all about dreams.
Okay.
And so we made the company name not realizing that we were in about 3 months going to pivot hard to historical and period pieces. And so it just sort of stuck.
That's pretty great. A question from our chat. My daughter is in high school and wants to have a girls' night with her close friends where they make fancy hats and play the game and put on a Jane Austen film. Tea and cakes, winter goals.
Perfect. Yep, perfect.
That sounds like a wonderful day. I want to do that too.
I know. I'm like, someday I want to play our game and watch like Pride and Prejudice while playing.
Yeah, or at least have the soundtrack on or something. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
And tea and biscuits and scones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man, Amy makes lavender scones. They are so good.
From the lavender from your farm?
No, we buy lavender. So we have ours is not food grade lavender.
Okay.
You could
use it, yeah, but
you could use it.
It's easier just to buy the stuff that's already been processed for food. Come over.
Where do you live?
She said, "Come over." We'll just join the girls' night. We'll just jump in.
Sure, that won't be weird. Yeah, 41-year-old dude. Hey, it's girls' night. Yeah, sounds fun.
It's not girls' night anymore. It's just Jane Austen night. That sounds fabulous. I think that might be a fun thing to stream too. Like, we're gonna have this really great night.
Oh yeah. We had some people say, I think there was a girl that was wondering if it would be in time for her 27th birthday.
I love that. Yeah.
And didn't somebody do a LaFleur birthday too?
Probably.
Yeah.
So when will this be out then?
So right now we're on track for June.
Okay.
Manufacturing takes a while, and then there's ocean freight, and then we have to. I haven't seen how many countries we have this time.
Like what, 2 months?
We usually have backers between like 70 to 87 countries, and so this time around we're probably somewhere in the high 70s for the number of countries we got to get it to. And so Amy creates, and then I handle all the logistics and manufacturing and ocean freight and all that stuff. Regency recipes that we enjoy. I think they're called. What's the right way to say it though? Don't they say scones instead of scone? I don't know.
I've heard
like
that.
scones.
Yeah.
I've ever like an actual
Potatoes.
Boiled potatoes.
Boiled potatoes.
Yeah. So the question in our chat was, are there any Regency recipes that you enjoy? I saw you have a few recipes on your website. Yeah. There's a line from, isn't it?
Excellent boiled potatoes.
Yeah. It's from, and most people, I think a lot of people.
It's only in the Pride and Prejudice
that version.
2005 version.
And our video, that's the one our video guy watched first. And so that if you look at our trailer, there's a point where there are potatoes hiding in the background of the trailer that he put.
Collins.
And
We have to watch
and he
this
even
now.
goes, did you catch the potatoes? I said, what potatoes? And he's like, I put potatoes in it.
I love this. I want to go see
Yeah.
it now. I definitely missed that. Now we must look for the potatoes.
Yeah, I missed it too, just because they're like brown potatoes behind Mr. Collins.
Yeah. And it's like a split second that they're there, but there are potatoes in our fancy board game trailer.
Oh, in one of our play tests where we were playing, like testing games and play out and stuff, I had to settle for Mr. Collins. And
she's still talking about it. Yeah. She was talking about it hours later. Like, because I got married. I think I married my match.
Yes, sometimes usually we have one wedding, or sometimes two, or sometimes even multiple, like 3 weddings.
So if Amy didn't get married, she was going to be out. She was basically not going to get the points to win the game. And so she settled for Mr. Collins, and she was so unhappy about it. And she still lost, which was just insult to injury.
But I had more points than otherwise.
You were in the running. You were
more points and more potatoes. That's amazing. And let's see. You with at least with Endearment, and I thought with some of your other games, you put them through. I'm saying this incorrectly. You start them on Kickstarter, so that you can get them funded, so you can make them happen. And you have just blown away these goals. You talk stretch goals with gold foil and things like that. You've just blown away these goals, and that must be just beyond thrilling, I would expect.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, so congratulations on that. And
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we first did botany, we had no clue like how popular it is.
So we launched botany at like 6 a.m. and we launched it at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday because all the data said that 6 a.m. on a Tuesday in May is like the best time of year to launch. Like those are historically the highest numbers on Kickstarter. So we launched it, and so our
we had done some like pre-marketing beforehand,
and so we knew we had a lot of people interested. Yeah. So I set it live, and then we were and then our friend was online already, and it's 6 a.m. here in California, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be backer number 1," and so I said, "Okay, here we go. We're setting it live." And she says, "All right, I'm ready." And we set it live, and I right before this, I said to Amy, I was like,
"Nothing's gonna happen."
I was like, "Yeah, you got to prepare yourself. We're gonna set this live, and nothing is gonna happen. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna refresh the screen over and over, and then maybe like an hour in, one person's gonna buy it, and we'll be all excited. But just prepare yourself, mentally prepare yourself." So we set it live, and the thing updates automatically, and it goes 1 backer, and we're like, "Whoa, we got a backer already? It's only been like 10 seconds." And it's like 2 backers, 3 backers, and I'm like, "Jenny, log in faster. You're not even gonna make top 10 at this point." And I think she was like, I don't know, she had to reset her password, and she was like backer number 50. And by the time the kids were up and we were eating breakfast, I don't even remember what number we were at. Yeah. It was we had blown our goal out of the water, and it just went from there, and it kept going for 30 days for the campaign, and then every campaign since then has been just like that. So yeah, so we, I guess we're not shocked anymore, but they very happy. Yeah, thrilled and excited, and just fun to see, like, because you still never know
our games.
You don't know until you put a thing on the market too, like how you can have a pretty good idea that people are going to like it, but until it's out there and you actually see like what the sales numbers are like and how people are reacting to it, and are people engaging with it the way you wanted them to, and then once you do that, then the thing takes on a life of its own. So I get pictures all the time of Botany or LaFleur, like in random stores in towns I've never been to, in states I've only been to like once or twice, or in other parts of the world.
That's cool.
I got an email the other day. Somebody in, where the heck were they? It was like Kuwait or something like that. And I'm thinking, like, how did my game even get there? Yeah. I don't even know. Like, we sell it to distribution sells it to stores, people ship it internationally. And so it's like, oh, what did Botany get up to today? Let me log in and see. Oh, it's hanging out in North Carolina. That's interesting. Like,
that's so neat.
What's crazy is we haven't seen our game in a store yet.
Oh, yeah.
We have not.
All we do is work. And we live
antique stores.
The closest game store is like 35 miles from here. And so, yeah.
Botany is also at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, nationwide. And so is LaFleur.
Yeah, but we usually do a lot of shopping online. So we've never seen it in person.
Yeah. So, but our friends send us lots of pictures. They'll be random places.
Dusty's mom sends us pictures.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. And also, yeah, I imagine like people are buying it as gifts for other people and sending it overseas to their loved ones, and you
Mhm.
might enjoy this from the States or whatever. Um,
Well, I mean, we actually are sold in Australia and UK and Europe and Canada
okay.
too, and then we have lots of stores in Asia that buy from us and then import over there. Um, so yeah, it's just the random places that I've never even imagined that the game would
No.
be.
Yeah.
You know, people. I got a question the other day from somebody in India, and again, I'm like, well, you know, how did it get there? I don't actually know. Like, it just made its way over there on its own. So
Wonderful surprises. Do you translate
yeah,
it then, or is it just in English and it just ends up
It's in English. We are
LaFleur is in
Lafleur's
French.
okay?
Yep, and because we knew that one had to be, and then artistry, we have the translations done for French, Polish, German, and those four, and those will be available next year sometime, like early next year.
Okay, wonderful.
And then we're working.
It's also weird to look
slowly.
at versions of our game that, I mean, I can read the French okay, but I cannot read the German, and it's weird to look at our baby. And I don't, you know, like, if I had to look at the rules for clarification, I couldn't use this copy of the thing we made because
Right.
Yeah, we're slowly working on getting more too.
The one question from the chat. Well, there's two things. The Truth Found said, perhaps in the spring you should all plan a live picnic event with the games on blankets and have little bite-sized sandwiches and things. Everyone wears period costumes. I'd pay to attend that. Live stream it.
that'd be really fun. Here in California, it'd have to be like early April or you'd cook to death, but yes.
And then
Or fall.
Trey said, I really want artistry. I'm obsessed with it's sick.
Alphonse
Muka.
Muka.
Alphonse
Okay.
Muka, yeah, we had kind of a surreal moment with that one where after the campaign, the Muka Foundation contacted us and they're like, hey, by the way, we'd love to partner with you. You know, we see you're using the work, which was all public domain, but, you know, they still have the trademark on his signature and we'd love to, like, you know, include that on the box and
Cool.
stuff. And so we started talking to them. And so and it went from like, I was like, oh, that's interesting, you know, and then by the end of the day, we're on an email chain with Alphonse Muka's like great grandson. And and they're like, we're sending the file here, take a look at this. They're like, oh, we love it. You know, this is all really cool. You know, could we, you know, giving feedback on the game. That was really neat.
That is,
Yeah, and I fell in love with his artwork in college.
Yeah.
Yes. And we used to have a web store. Back when we first started the podcast, I put up a little gift shop thing, and we used to sell stickers that were his artwork, and those sold more than anything
fun.
else.
It's so
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and postcards. We had postcards of his artwork as well, and those sold pretty well too. In fact, I'm kind of sad we don't have it anymore, but it was like it was just too much at the time. But
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
probably
work.
still have some around here, actually.
Yeah. In artistry, that was a funny one because Amy's like, I want to do something with the girls. I want to do something with all the girls that he has, all the art for his girls. And so we eventually came around to like, well, what if the way you pick up the tiles was based on the different artisans you had? And so as you're building the game, what you're actually building is a workshop full of master artisans that are all Alphonse Muka's like really fancily
And I
dressed
loved
women.
how they had those like workshops back then.
So,
too.
but you know, in typical workshop, they'd be covered in paint and wearing like grubby clothes, and they have all these very fine, fancy ladies in fancy clothes, like and headdresses, all like
But I did try
doing metal work. Like
I tried to find girls that matched like the ceramicist. Each
had
girl has
a like a pot.
pot or
Yeah.
something.
The
Okay.
textile girls all have like big flowing fabric.
Yeah.
So what aspect of game design interests you the most? Like each one of you? Because you obviously have very different roles.
I probably love doing Dusty calls it curating. I love curating.
So Amy has a
making
degree
it
in art
look
history.
Okay.
Pretty.
Yeah. And so that's what she's literally curating all this art to put it together to the games and then creating graphic design that fits the art style. I really enjoy like the business side of it, which is basically most of what I
No,
do.
you love playing the games.
I love playing the
too.
games too. Yeah.
You love creating the games.
Yeah, but creating the games is like a half hour here, an hour there, and then most of the rest of the day is running a whole bunch of business, and I really enjoy that part of it.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
And it's fun. I was telling so every day my friends all have like regular human jobs. And the other, I jumped on video games with them the other day, and they were like, "Hey, what have you been up to?" And I'm like, "Oh, we came up with these ideas for the next 3 games that we're going to work on. And we're doing this, this, and this." And I was in a meeting with this guy, and I was just came out of a 3-hour meeting, and they're like, "Wow, 3-hour meeting." I'm like, "Yeah, but we were painting miniatures the whole time we were talking business, so that's not such a big deal." I mean, it's like we're playing it's like I get to do business and play all day at the same time. I couldn't ask for a better job.
Yep. What do they say? Like if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
You never work a day in your life. Yeah. Well, there's a few days here and there where I'm
Yeah,
working.
it's still work. That's not to be discounted. It's still work.
Yeah, I think I mean, I look forward to what we have to do every day.
But I think we also enjoy the challenge of finding the artwork, and then how can we create a game around the artwork that makes
we almost
sense.
Always start with a theme, which is rare. Like a lot of people start with a mechanic and then work their way back into a theme. We usually start with a theme. And so
I'm like, I can find this artwork to support this.
Yeah. And so we know what our next, few games are coming up are. And so we're already starting to like talk about like, what does this look like? And how would this be implemented? And how could you make people feel like if you're building you could get really on artistry, you get really fine tuned about like all the inner workings of a workshop and making sure they have all the things they need. And but how do we abstract this? How do we make it just like fun that you're just like collecting materials and making little art pieces and growing the number of artisans you have? And so that's really entertaining, trying to figure out like people don't think about it, but there's different levels of complexity in games. And that's not just about the game, but that's where it's positioned in the market and who you're selling it to. And so we think about like, what would our fans like? What would be fun for them? How do we keep people who are like, we have I get emails from lots of guys and they're like, I'm a hardcore gamer. And I walked into a store the other day and my wife, who has never touched a thing in this game store, walked straight over to Botany and picked it up. And I held real still. And I was like, oh my God, she's touching a game. Like, what does it mean? And then she comes over and she says, we're going to get this. Okay. And so, how do we make sure that these games are also fun for the many, like more like really robust gamers that get pulled in, how does it stay engaging there? Luckily we sort of run the full gamut of like simple to complex games and most of the different genres out there. And so we try to like look at it and pull it back down. That's a really it's a fun mental exercise. And then you put it out in the world and you hope that people are going to like it. I just got an email today from another game designer. I just played War of the Posies and man, what an incredible game. And that's really fun to see somebody else who designs games for a living, like looking at your thing and saying this, I really enjoyed this. Like that was really good.
Yeah. 'Cause especially an insider in that industry knows what it takes and knows what is involved. So,
or they're pickier, or they may see things that they would have done differently. Like I certainly do all the time where I'm like, oh, I might have changed this, or I might have done something different there. And to like pass that litmus test where they just tell you, yeah, this was really good. That feels really good.
Yeah. It's very validating, I imagine.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled that you can feel good about what you do and that you're bringing joy to people's lives and that it's making a difference out there, that people of all kinds that maybe wouldn't dive into a game, like this lady who went and touched the game when maybe she wouldn't play and things like that.
It was probably the gold foil.
It was the gold foil.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like moss to a flame.
Thank goodness for that stretch goal. One more comment from the chat is, when you're passionate about something, it is very evident in the outcome, which I believe is so true for you both. I am looking at the games now, and the attention to detail and design is simply lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like we worked very hard to position ourselves in such a way, because you meet people out there that like, and you can see it in any industry where they just like, they have to make the sales number, or they have to accomplish a certain thing within a certain time. And we sort of just try to like, we work constantly, like all day, every day we're working on this stuff because it's fun and we want to get things done.
Well,
but
and like, I think, why should the back of the box or the back of the board game be ugly? Let's put some pictures on it.
Yeah, pictures on, and I've learned to just go. There's
the back of the box is always boring.
Oh.
It's like the back.
Yeah, or the
black. Yeah.
The inside of the box.
So you open the lid of LaFleur and it's the swing,
Yeah.
the Rococo painting of the swing on the inside of it. We're fortunate to be able, like in our business, to be positioned so that we can kind of do like whatever we enjoy and have fun doing.
And that's one of the things that I love designing too. So like for all the little details, for endearment, I was inspired by like Wedgwood Jasperware.
Okay.
So like the dish colors, and then also the cameos. I love those vintage cameos. So the little tokens.
And by the way, I thought no one was ever going to go Jasperware. And people were getting messages like, "Ooh, it looks just like Jasperware." And I'm like, "Where?"
If you know, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yep.
That's so cool. Trey is home from rehearsal, and he has decided to hop on. I don't know why he's there.
Oh,
We
nice.
go. I was like, you can let
Hi.
yourself on.
How's it going?
Okay, our guests were in the middle of a conversation. I'm not going to just interrupt them and be like, hi.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hey, literally walked through the door. Was listening to the podcast on the way home, and I just have to say, you two are both incredibly lovely people.
Oh, thank you.
Well, typically at the end of the night, or at the end of the episode, we always ask this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. You can ask it first.
Okay.
I wasn't quite ready, but you go first.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Magic of live theater. So
Yeah.
So at the end of our episodes, we like to ask our guests a couple questions. And this question has nothing to do with anything that you've been asked prior to this. So the question is, you are sitting down to have lunch. And if you could have lunch with anyone in the world, alive or dead, who is sitting on the opposite side of that table from you?
Oh, she's right here.
Oh,
Hands down. I wouldn't even think twice, because here's the thing too. If it's like, so we were driving home from, I don't remember where. We used to always be on the road when we saw a lot more weddings. And it was 10 a.m. And Amy goes, oh, it's 10 a.m. Well, 10 a.m. is the time that all the Warhammer pre-orders go on sale every weekend.
Aww.
And I thought, oh God, I forgot. Like, this big box is coming out. I really want it. And she goes, hang on, let me log in. And she's logged in, and we're driving, and she's buying Warhammer. And I knew that was it. Yeah. So anybody in history, her right there. I want her across the table for me. I'll steal some of her food. It's perfect. I'm done.
This is one of the greatest answers.
Now, what's your answer going to be? Follow that up.
She's like, Jane Austen.
Yeah. I know better. Yeah, Jane Austen. Yeah. Oh man. By the way, I have thought more than once about the fact that like now everybody reads Jane Austen's books and they go, "Oh, it's so romantic and dreamy." But Jane Austen was like an iconoclast, right? Like she was writing a romance novel, but that romance novel was supposed to say was like part satire and part very like saying very deep things about like Regency England society and all the pressure they put on people and all this stuff. And I kind of wonder, like now that we put the game, like did she ever imagine that we'd be here going board game like with her work? And I just can't even imagine it even crossed her mind. Like, so yeah, that'd be a good one. You should pick Jane Austen.
Funny to play our game with her.
Yeah, here, Jane, sit down. They had board games back then, so it was not an unheard of concept.
It would be funny to play the
but
game.
I think she would
and it
love
wasn't
that.
just like chess and cards, but we found like antique board games they're like actual board games with actual rules that you can read, and they're 200 years old, and they weren't called board games back then. They were just games. But anyways, yeah, you should pick Jane Austen. I'm gonna pick for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll pick Jane Austen.
We'll play the game with her.
Yeah.
So you're going to take her
lunch
food
date with
and
her
give her the answer? Man.
Yeah. Who would you pick?
I have no clue. I guess you.
Okay.
I guess
I'll take it. Yeah.
this is wonderful.
That's as good as I get with compliments. I guess you would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think about it.
Yeah.
Well, this is, I mean, obviously he's having lunch with you, so you're there already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe she could pick a person, and then I could have lunch with her and the random person. That'd be fine. Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
There's actually okay. Now that we're thinking about this, Colonel Monstery.
Oh.
There's this guy, Colonel Monstery, that just look at. So basically,
You really pick him out of everyone?
Don't tell me that would not be an interesting
That'd be
conversation.
interesting.
So he was this Dutch guy, and he fought in like 42 wars and his whole life, and he also did like boxing and grand assaults of arms, and he trained. But the way we found him is he trained Victorian men and women to fight with whatever they had on hand to defend themselves.
And so in botany, there are some cards that kind of are for him.
So there's a parasol that gives you both charm and combat ability. And if you're wondering why, it's because this guy developed the art of fighting with a parasol. So
or
that
a cane.
or a cane, or like
Gloves or whatever.
gloved boxing and everything, so that these men and women, as they're walking around Victorian England, could defend themselves as needed. That'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want that
And he ended up in San
conversation.
Francisco. This guy was all over the place. He ended up in San Francisco, just 3 hours from here. But yeah,
I think
that'd be
you
an
can
interesting
buy
one.
his book like on Amazon even.
What about your plant hunter, or Pierre Joseph Redute? You could talk to your different artists and all that stuff. Yeah.
So you can find all of these games at duxsomnium.com. That's DUXSOMNIUM. You can follow online. They have a website, and then you can follow online on Facebook and Instagram. Do you have any other social media or anywhere they should find you online?
Instagram's the best place to find us. Yeah, we
Yeah,
do
and
most everything over there.
And then we're still taking some late pledges too for Endearment.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so you can still
On
snag that one too.
Kickstarter. Okay.
Yep, on Kickstarter.
So look that up on Kickstarter and pledge and get a copy first, or whatever rewards might be left after the wild success.
We have a little mini expansion everybody gets for free with it too, and so that's a $15 little bonus gift that you get. And those are harder to get. You can kind of get them through our website if we have them available, but the only way to be guaranteed is to get them through Kickstarter.
Okay. Does it have gold foil?
So actually, did you see that we sometimes do jewelry box editions?
Yes.
So we have a 300. Yeah. So this was on Artistry. Amy came to me and she goes, "Okay, hear me out. I want to make a version of the game that's in a jewelry box." And I said, "You want to do what now?"
I love that.
And we took it to our manufacturer. We're
And
like,
I want gold foil on all the cards.
and these manufacturers, they make thousands and thousands of games in cardboard boxes. And I said, "All right, so hear me out. We want to make a version of the game in a jewelry box." And the manufacturer looks at us and says, "You want to do what now?" And we figured out how it's a custom built jewelry box, sourced from a manufacturer. They go through, they design it to spec, it all works. And so we did another one for Endearment. So those have gold foil around all the edges of the cards.
We're here for
Which
that.
was another one where we went to manufacturer, said we want all the cards to have gold edges, and it was another. You want to do what? They're like, it's gonna flake off. I'm like, I bet you could find a way to make it not though, right? And they said, yeah, we'll figure something out.
It exists.
For clarification,
Yeah.
you said that jewelry box one is for Endearment?
And Artistry.
And
There's one for
Artistry.
each of them. Yeah.
That's the one you wanted.
I think it's a new tradition.
yeah.
And so now we have people that are emailing us and asking us to get the oh, it's okay. They can see it online. Yeah. We don't have one within arm's reach. But we have people, we didn't do it for Botany or LaFleur because we hadn't come up with the idea yet. So we have people emailing us all the time asking us to go backwards and do it backwards for those as well.
And I want to.
Yeah. It feels like it has to happen.
I would agree. I think that would be fabulous.
Yes.
So go follow them online. If there's anybody who is ever interested, one last question. If there's anybody who's ever interested in maybe making a game themselves or exploring that world of getting started in that, would you have any advice for them?
Oh, man. Do you want financial or creative advice? Or advice, rather?
Either one or both.
We're part of this company, I help out a lot. So the company called Launchboom was part of what helped with our success in marketing.
Okay.
And there's a lot of new publishers there. And so I talked to a lot of those publishers. And I mean, I think the best advice we can give is find somebody who can help you figure out what to do. Because making the game is one thing, but manufacturing it, getting it all around the world, making sure you don't go bankrupt, figuring out how to put it in Barnes and Noble. Because I mean, we're a two-person.
The shipping.
I'm
so glad Dusty's good at math. I am not.
Yeah.
I'm figuring out like proportional volumes of containers to send them to here and there and everywhere. I would say the best advice you can do is find somebody in the industry who can help you learn all these things. Because that is going to be, that's like the tip of the iceberg that will get you the rest of the way to everything else. For designing the game, just make what you like. Figure out who you're making it for, and then
find your super fan.
Yeah, find your super fan. So the methodology we follow is we, like for Endearment, people are like, well, don't you think? Are you worried that it might be too Jane Austen? That you might not pull in enough people? No. We make it so Jane Austen that when it hits the bullseye, it sucks in all the peripheral people around it until they're fine. Like our video guy, they find themselves becoming super fans too because we have hit it so hard. And so, yeah, just know what you like and lean into that and have, don't listen to what other people say. I mean, listen to a few people if there's like something clearly wrong with your game and you need to fix it. But like in general,
Be passionate.
Be
about
passionate
what you
about
like.
it and make what you like. Ultimately, the game should be something you enjoy.
Solid advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
absolutely.
Do you want to close us out, Trey?
I would love to. Hi, I'm Trey. I haven't been here for 60% of this podcast, but I'm still glad to be here. Seriously, Amy, Dusty, thank you so much for being on with the podcast. Thank you for joining us and sharing your amazing stories and just
Yeah.
being lovely people in general. I look
Thank you.
forward to adding artistry and endearment to my collection.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Please go support these amazing people, amazing artists, wherever you can find their games and wherever you can buy their delightful flower pressings and lavender. This episode, along with every other episode, can be found on our website, themodrom.com. And you can find more behind-the-scenes content on our Patreon. Search for The Mod Rom on Patreon. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.